Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 165. It is a Tuesday. Good morning. Today, I wanted to talk about eBay. My camera's not focusing. Wanted to talk about eBay PWE sales with tracking. Dan, Korean Cardboard, asked that I talk about it. So I do want to discuss that today. A couple other things. First, I know Ken is tired of hearing my Ed Howard cards stuck in the mail no longer. Ed Howard ×3 from Prism Draft Fireworks Green. Let's see, Green Prism, Ed Howard, and a regular Fireworks insert. So those were shipped. Texas Card Dude, what's happening? Good morning. These cards were shipped December 13th. Yeah, camera's terrible out of focus. December 13th. And received yesterday, January 11th. Do you know how to focus a camera? I don't know how to focus a camera. It's like terrible. So those did arrive. Herman, good morning. What else? There was a lot of animosity over a picture on Twitter yesterday. This is really bothering me. Over us, just stacks and stacks of retail cards. Focusing on the mic. Yeah, what? Focus up here. This is really bothering me. So I'm just going to go on. So there was a picture of just mountains of retail product, and there was a lot of animosity about this. And I'm really, does it bother me? Not really. It is kind of annoying. I hate the bots. The bots are getting it. People, I hate the backhanded deals with employees and vendors where that's happening. So that sucks. What it reminds me of, though, is the junk wax era. And no, I don't believe we're in a junk wax 2.0. There will be the bubble will burst on what we're seeing right now eventually. But no, I don't think we're in a junk wax era per se, especially not like we saw in the early 90s. But what that does remind me of is up until recently, whenever I would find collections on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, it was like loaded with boxes and boxes of junk wax. I dated a girl in my early 20s. Her dad had a collection. He gave it to us, and it was a truckload full of sealed junk wax. And there was some good stuff in there, especially now. This was 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Some of the stuff is even better now. But yeah, there was 89 Upper Deck in there, but there was also 92 Donruss and 89 Score and 90 Score and just a lot of just junk, 91 Fleer. So there was a lot of just crap in this collection, and everybody was sitting on sealed wax in the early 90s because, hey, if it's $40 today, it's going to be $400 in 20 years. And in 20 years, it went from $40 instead of going, adding another zero. You subtracted a zero, and those boxes were selling at card shows for $4. So that's what that picture yesterday reminded me of, is all the just mountains of junk wax that I would see buying collections or at card shows. I would see at card shows a few years ago, junk wax boxes for $2. And that's when I was buying collections. I was trying to get them for $2-3 because I knew that I could flip them pretty quickly at a card show for $5. Some of the stuff would go for 10, and I was happy. And now some of that stuff, like 90 tops, is selling for 50, which is still seems a little crazy to me. So Dan's with me. So Dan, I did want to talk about eBay. So after you asked about that, I reached out to eBay customer service, and of course, I got the answer I expected, which was no answer. So I don't have too many details on what the upcoming PWE shipping option will be. The details I do know is that that it is coming, and they expect it to. From what I've read, there was an interview with I think the woman in charge of like the trading cards and the collectibles on eBay said it is coming, and it's likely going to be. Good morning, Jenny. It's likely going to start at some point this month, January 2021, and it's going to be like in a beta version. Uh, um, So not all sellers, it's not going to be opened up. It's going to be ramped up like managed payments. So managed payments wasn't open to everybody all at once. In fact, it went into a beta. It was in beta for about a year. I know a couple sellers on eBay who had the opportunity to start managed payments in 2019, and they had been doing it for about a year before eBay started forcing sellers to make the switch over. And I was forced to switch over in July. So that sounds like what the eBay white envelope shipping will be. It'll start out in beta version at some point this month. Dan asks, would eBay require sellers to offer it? I don't think so. I don't know the answer to that, but my opinion is it will be an option just like any other option you have currently. So, priority, a seller can offer it priority, next day, but nobody wants to pay for priority next day. Some people don't want an item shipped in a plain white envelope, especially, once you get to that like $20. $20 is going to be the cutoff. So if it's anything over $20, it's not an option. You won't be able to offer the white envelope shipping for any item over $20. There's also requirements, thickness. You can't just send 10 cards in a PWE with that tracking option. So there's some details that like that. Jenny says, I would think they just give an option for shipping not required. Yeah, I think it's just going to be an option. You're not going to be forced to offer it. It's just going to be an option that, you can choose. Like right now I offer free shipping in a PWE. If somebody reaches out to me and says, hey, can you send this? I'll pay extra in a bubble mailer. It doesn't happen often. But I do receive the occasional message, hey, for an extra $2, can you ship this in a bubble mailer? And typically I will say, yes, I'll do that. Let's see. For my listings, I do 2 shipping options, PWE or bubble. Buyer picks what they want for 50 cents or $3. Makes all buyers happy. Yeah, that's a great way to go. I think there are so many buyers that sellers are losing out on because of a few bad apples. There are. Zach, good morning. There are bad apples on both sides of the spectrum, and and I can see when I was a casual seller, just listing some stuff here and there, you get that non-receipt claim, and even though it's a few bucks, if you're only selling a few items, that few bucks is a large percent of your sales. It could be, and it's annoying. And there were times where I'm suspicious that, okay, are they telling me the truth? And I wrote a blog about it about a year ago. I shipped a couple Topps coins from archives, and the guy who received it said, hey, you just sent me an empty top loader. And I didn't, I, in my head, I didn't believe him. I asked him a few questions because it was something, that I hadn't seen before. And I looked through all of my eBay stuff for cards to ship, and it wasn't here. So it did get sent. And then fast forward several months later, I had the exact same claim from a different, made sure they weren't similar addresses from somebody, I think in like Louisiana. The first one was California. Same thing with a coin. And this buyer, I asked and I explained, okay, this happened a few months ago. And what happened was, somebody along the line in the postal service felt that it was a coin and, pulled it out, and even it looked like they took a box cutter over the blue, because in every top loader, I'll put a piece of blue painter's tape over the top loader. Said that was opened with like a knife or a box cutter, and no coin. So, and that's annoying. And I kind of went off on a tangent there, but once you do volume, it's kind of a cost of doing business. The more volume you do, you're going to run into it more often, but it's going to be a smaller percent of, your total intake. Jenny says she's tried to read everything I can on Twitter to gain feedback to what buyers want, tried focusing it all on my eBay listings. That's awesome. That is awesome. I should say they are missing out on my purchases and wish they could at least only trust me. So the thing with PWE, and that's why I began offering it, was as a buyer of low dollar cards myself. And I still, to this day, I'll do a card search for Cubs, and I'll see Cubs cards that I want that are $1, but they want $4 in shipping, and I'm not going to pay $5 for a $1 card. So I skip. And a lot of sellers are losing out on potential sales because they want 5 times the money for a card, even though they're not receiving the 5 times. There's middlemen, the USPS and the shipping people are getting that $3.50 or $3.50 in that postage cost, which isn't necessary. Ship at PWE. I buy PWE cards all the time. And yeah, Herman brings up a great point. I've done hundreds of PWE on Trading Card Database, never had a problem. That's where, not Trading Card Database, but that's how, that's a similar avenue of how I started selling PWE on eBay, was through Sport Lots. Sport Lots is a lot of 18-cent commons. And, so I was sending dozens of PWE on Sport Lots, and I'm thinking, I never have a problem with my Sport Lot sellers, but every once in a while I get eBay problems. And, I think a lot of that has to do with, bad buyers, where Sport Lots is more of a niche community where there's a, true, I hate using that term, true collectors on Sport Lots, because they're set builders, they're team set collectors, they're player collectors. eBay, there's a lot, no, very few. There are quick flippers on Sport Lots, it kind of sees the day. Oh, you forgot to reprice this hot prospect that has blown up. You're still at 18 cents. There is still some of that, but there's a lot more of that flip mentality on eBay. And also it's a numbers game. Sport Lots may have a few thousand potential buying pool, whereas eBay has a few million. So with more potential buyers comes more potential scammers. And I thought, okay, if I can send 50 PWE per month on Sport Lots, I can do the same on eBay. And it works. I do get the occasional, and I've seen it really ramp up, but knock on wood, I don't have any around here. Knock on wood, the last 2 days, I haven't had any return. return requests or refund requests for non-receipt on PWE shipments, which I had gone probably 2 straight weeks with at least one. I think Friday last week, Thursday or Friday, I had 3 of them. I was getting like 1, 2, or 3 a day for about 2 weeks. I've gone 2 straight days without it. But it's one of those things where, it's kind of, I just instant refund. If you put the order in December 16th, it hasn't arrived. Okay, you've waited long enough. You can have the card. I don't care. It is annoying, but Texas Card Dude says core collectors, better phrase. I do. Yeah, I like that. Core collectors. I'm going to go back into the chat here. Zach says, I've been using all my extra work Christmas cards for mailing cards. They are perfect. Already provide an extra layer of protection. Yeah, that's thank you cards is a popular one. Christmas cards is a good one. Oftentimes these 99 cents are really 18-cent cards. That's exactly what it is. A lot of the 99-cent free shipping cards that I have posted on eBay, you could probably find on Sport Lots for 18 cents. Jenny says, yeah. Core collectors. Cool. So yeah, Herman, don't jinx it. I'll probably get like 5 return requests or refund requests today for items not received. Though I've been looking at my feedback just to see, what positive feedback has been left on recent transactions, and it seems like there's a lot of more recent. So I think I cross my fingers we're past that craziness of the holiday log jam. So I wish, Dan, I could offer more insight into the eBay envelope and what it's going to be and who it's going to be open to. I was in an eBay chat last night and it didn't really go anywhere. The person stalled a lot and then said it's open to sellers right now. And so I tried on a listing to ship, and it was not giving me that option. And then I created a listing to see if it's an option. It wasn't. I went back to the chat and said, I just tried it both ways. It's not working, and crickets. So I just ended the chat. So yeah, as soon as I do find out more, I'll definitely bring it up here and tweet it out. But all the latest news that I've heard was at some point this month it'll be opening up to select sellers in beta. So hopefully we get some more information soon on that. I would love to try it out. So that's it for today. I think Brad's probably firing up his camera and microphone. Check out his show, Texas Card Dude. He's going to be going live here in a few minutes. And that's all I had for today. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the great chat. Website's 1millioncubs.com. The eBay store link is at the top of the page. You can also check out 99centcards.com to get straight to my eBay store. Have a great Tuesday.